Foundation. I wasn't gonna make this video, but I said I would, but then I changed my mind. I wouldn't. And now I'm waffling a little bit. But then now I'm gonna make this video. After what transpired yesterday with the division and all that, we in the division where it's the most highly competitive now. Every team has a winning record in the division, so it's a very competitive division. Which is very exciting. Like, come on, put the best against the best, kind of thing. Just because then now the more successful everybody does, now the excuses be less and less. Now it's like, hey, I think the only other division is close. I think is the AFC West. I don't think they have every team above have a winning record, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. But anyway, and we've been, with all the storylines with the NFL and all that, Brady coming back, it's been there but not loud. The Panthers being on the bye, and you never even hear anything. The only thing you heard of is when they lost and they was criticizing Cam for walking off the podium and all that, Then now the Giants thing, they're doing a little bit better, and look like, and then everybody's monitoring Odell Beckham with his thing, marrying the whatever, But it's like it's not a big thing. The Eagles, they were looking like they were starting to fall off, and then they beat the only undefeated team left and all that. So but then it's like, okay, that kind of thing. And then the Redskins look like they're coming back, and then all of a sudden they fall to the Lions, which I predicted, because Lions is a competitive team and all that. This year is not any given Sunday. This year is about matchups. Doesn't matter who you play in the week. This matters what team you match up with, and some teams just match up better than others, against other teams and all that. So having said that, like, the main talk is, oh, do you go with Romo or do you go with that, and all that. And you know what, I said before, I don't care. I do care, but at the same time, it's not the reasons why everybody's like, well, you gonna screw up the momentum, well, you gotta give Romo a chance and all that. No, it's not about that. If they roll, the main thing is, like, if they go with Romo and they do well, then is what we was thinking about, what we had in our sight before Romo got hurt, right? And the biggest surprise is that the way Dak performed. He's now we know that he's a competent, backup. Do they get rid of Sanchez? I don't know. I doubt it because of the fear of Romo. But at the same time, too, I would rather have Romo starting and Dak backing up than worrying about if Sanchez is going to play, and vice versa. If we roll with the kid, for all the Romo fans out there, if we roll with the Dak, we got Romo backing him up. That's better than Sanchez. I mean, come on. So the only thing I disagreed with was the dummies that said, "Oh, trade for Romo." Come, you really think that? I mean, you're 1,000% sure that Dak can go the rest of the season without getting injured? And I'm not looking forward to. Please no, But then I would rather, if anything was to happen, I would love to have Romo back there in the backup, rather than Sanchez, So, so that was my, that's my thing, is like, that's why I said I don't care, because if Romo does well, then that's what we was thinking about. That's what our idea was in the beginning of the year. And then with Dak being that, that ultra competitor that answered every question that we ever asked. Can we find the quarterback of the future? Can we find a competent backup? Can we do this? And like some people said, he started off the year as the third string quarterback. I'm kind of stealing other people's thing, but I keep on forgetting that he was the third string, and look the things that he's been able to do. It's been so great, and we see a bright future too. You know. So anyway, like then this started. Are you team Romo or you team Dak? And then finally I kind of got like a little frustrated and I said, why are we talking about this? So I finally said, why does it matter? You know, I typed this out. Why does it matter when the identity of this team is the O-line and Zeke? And then guys got mad. I mean, guys agreed with me, so mahalo to you guys. The guys that disagree is like, I didn't mean it like Dak had no reason why we won games. No, Dak has a huge reason why we won games. Is this, why are you guys doing this? You know, like, what is the first? I said the identity of this team is the offensive line and Zeke, which means now, what is the first thing that every team is thinking about? Fans, teams, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinators. This offensive line, the first thing they're thinking about is like, okay, we gotta find ways to not let them dominate the offensive line. We gotta stop Zeke. We gotta stop Zeke and all that. And then the great thing is that Dak has been making plays. Dak has been doing great things, making plays, being smart with the football. Look, I mean, it became such a thing where they're complaining that he's not throwing the ball down the field, which we didn't have to. We get into the end zone. That's the number one thing. If we find something deep, I'm pretty sure they're dialing up stuff for that. But as long as this goes, like we stay in second and 4, second and 3, third and 2, third and 4. Why we gotta do all that kind of stuff? No, because now we're putting pressure on their defense and their offense to go. Do we control the ball, or do we score fastest to keep up? Because they're gonna try to control the ball, and then and again sharing the load. Because what our identity is because our defense is so fresh, but the thing is that they have stepped up, they have made plays where they're keeping their team out of the end zone. So then now it's like, okay, now the defense is like, okay, we gotta do this now. Now it puts more pressure on them, and and that's why I said this is identity of the team, because it's not. Why would you want it on one person? Spread it out. There's a difference of the face of the franchise and identity. The identity of this team is that physical pounded with Zeke and all that. That's the identity of the team, and it's a great thing. Dak has done wonderful. I'm not taking nothing away from Dak, but to say that Team Romo, Team Dak, that's what is frustrating. Like, why? Why go to this? And when I said, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long. Let these guys, let them go. Let them to continue to put that team first, and let Dak or let Romo, for that matter, let one of them, go. Okay, like, good. They're thinking other things other than them, and they can continue to just make plays, do this. And let Zeke just pound them. And then the funny thing is that now some people is giving Dez an afterthought. And when he comes back, whether it be Romo or Dak, now everybody knows that, man, they're successful without Dez too. Okay, how do we get Beasley now? How do we get T-Well? How do we get Witten? Witten is still the Mr. Reliable. And you got a beast out there that if you're not careful, he's gonna turn that into a big thing too. But because the identity of them thinking of our offensive line and Zeke is allowing Dak, and if Romo comes back, whatever, if that becomes the case, they're on the back burner, and then that's when all the other things is. So that's what I meant. I mean, Dak deserves a lot of credit for what's going on. But the identity of this team is is this offensive line. So don't make it about Romo and Dak. Does everybody recognize? Just win games, win these games, and when they and everybody and this whole team get to lift up the Lombardi Trophy. That's the goal. Not stats of, oh, he broke Brady's record, or Romo has this much fourth quarter comebacks, and you compare Wentz to him. Or what Brady came back. Look at the 4 games or 5 games or whatever. Win games. Put us in the playoffs. Get us in the playoffs where we get maybe a bye and a home field, and then a home or maybe even the home field advantage, and get us to what the ultimate goal is. The quest for 6. Just because I said identity doesn't mean that everybody gets that burden off of their shoulders, and everybody gets to share the load and share that success. As long as everybody thinking about that things. Alright. That's my video. Mahalo for watching. Paniola boys, go Cowboys.